Here is the real problem with trading. It is not the charts, it is not the patterns, it is not even the capital. It is the fact that every decision you make requires you to process enormous amounts of information, filter it out for your specific situation, and arrive at a conclusion fast enough to act on it. And you're doing all of that alone. One of the best traders I've personally met has an Excel sheet with years of Nifty and Bank Nifty chart patterns saved with him. The traders like him who consistently get better are not just smarter, they're better organized, they have a system, they have something helping them think. That is what this masterclass is about. We are not talking about tips or stock names or buy signals. We are going to talk about building an AI powered trading system, a trading brain that works specifically for you. With this, every time you sit down to trade, you're not going to start from scratch. So in this video, we'll go through what this trading brain is, how to set it up, and how to use it to 10x your trading journey with real examples. So if that's the case, what are you waiting for? This is Ajay Dutt. Welcome to Market Feed. Part 1. What is our trading brain? A trading brain is a self-learning system and a companion which will help you become a 10x better trader. It has two components. The first component is all the learnings that you feed into the system. In my case, I've fed it a lot of data regarding option strategies, candlestick patterns, and whatnot. The second component is the self-learning journey itself. It learns from you what sort of trader you are, what your risk appetite is, what sort of trades you like, and based on both of these components, it will become a proper trading companion for you. So let's take two examples in order to understand how you can use it better. In my first case, let's say I want to learn a new options trading strategy. Let's say we want to learn about call ratio backspread strategy. So understanding and learning from all the knowledge that it has and all the learnings of who I am as a trader, the system will give me an answer, a learning experience which is tailored for me. Two other practical use cases are building out a trade planning system or even building out a trade journaling system. So in the trade planning system, let's say you're having a trade in front of you, but you want certain confirmations based on the system or the rules that you have set for yourself. Now, as I said, it's a conversational app that we are building, a conversational companion. This companion can help validate the trade for you, make sure that the trade that you're entering into is a good trade based on the rules that you set for yourself. And after the trade, it can help you set up the entire trading journal. What happened from A to Z? What are the learnings from this trades? What are the mistakes? What was the outcome? Everything can be saved so that you can come back to it even 2 years later or even 10 years later. You can come back to the system and see what your learnings were. So that's what the trade brain is, a conversational AI system that will help you become a better trader. Now let's look at how you can set it up for yourself. Part 2. How to set it up. In order to set up your complete trade brain, you need two apps to help you. The first one is called as Obsidian. You can come to Google, search for it. The first result that you see, Obsidian Sharpen Your Thinking, this is the app that you want to download. So once you download it, it's pretty straightforward. For Windows or Mac OS, it will be the same format. Once you download it, this is my personal Obsidian Vault. Let's ignore that. Come to File on the top and click on Open Vault. So here we are going to set up a new vault or a new set of memories for you. Here, let's go ahead and click on the Create Vault option. You can name whatever you want. So here, I'm going to give it July 21 Learning Vault. So I've set up a new vault here and you need to pick a location, a folder in your desktop in order to place this vault. So you can keep it anywhere. I'm going to select this 21 July folder that I've made for myself here. It can be in any folder path. It can be anywhere inside your laptop, but make sure you won't accidentally delete it or accidentally copy files into it. So I've created it. Now click on the create button so that your new vault is formed. This is where our entire list of memories will be properly saved. Once you set up your trading brain effectively, this is what your vault could look like. So this is my trade brain which I've set up. So you can see a lot of data is there. Index, risk to reward, common mistakes, trade management, drawdown, position sizing, moving average. A lot of information is there. And under all of these concepts, you can see that certain small lines are passing through it. That means every concept here is linked to another, making it essentially like how thoughts in our brain are linked. So It is not just a series of memories, it is a series of memories that are interconnected, and this is what makes it very, very effective. So let's say I want to look into a new concept which is implied volatility here. So when I click on implied volatility, you can see that it has a definition inside, it has key relationships, it has a IV rank formula inside, it has what context India VIX is, and it also has different files it is linked to inside this file itself. So all of these files, the implied volatility file, if I go back, all of these files are simple markdown files. MD files is what they are called. So they are the best way, the best format for a computer to read simple files. So it makes it very efficient when they're being stored as MD files when a computer or an AI system wants to read them. So we don't have to worry about any of the technicalities or anything here. We just have to understand that each of these files, each of these concepts are saved in what is called as an MD file. You and I might not understand the exact formatting just by opening the markdown file, but once you run it through a certain program like the Obsidian folder that we have here or a markdown converter, you'll get the entire context. You'll get an entire document like this which you can refer to later. So let's say this entire concept is made. Now this is just your memory. Now we need a guardian for this memory, a guardian for your vault who is also able to think and to serve you what you need to know at the correct time. So that is where Claude comes into the picture. Hope all of you already know about Claude by now. In our channel itself, we have featured multiple tutorials on how to use Claude directly from building a Zerodha MCP server to even taking trades with it. So here, in order to control and access our memories, we are going to be using the Claude Code tool. Unfortunately, it is not free. It is a paid tool. I want all of you to keep that in memory here. So in order to download Claude, you can just go to Google, search Claude download, and you can download the Claude app. Once you have downloaded Claude, if you're on the paid version, you should be able to see the code option right here. So the first thing that you have to come here is to come down below and to assign a folder to your Claude Code instance. So what you have to do here is to give the same exact memory or the vault access that you created with Obsidian. So the folder which I had created was 21st July. You can see it's right here. So I'm going to give Claude context of that 21st July folder that we have created here. Now you need to talk a bit to Claude in order to set up the entire thing. Let's go through how to do that. First thing that you need to do is to give it context. You can type out, I've created an Obsidian vault, have assigned you a folder for this, verify the connection has been established to the Obsidian vault and acknowledge it. If done, I will tell you how to use this vault soon with instructions. Once you receive those instructions, save it in your memory as different markdown files. This is the context that I'm giving to Claude. I'm going to select whatever is going to be my model here. I'm going to select Sonnet and I'm going to give it medium. Click on enter so that you can start processing Claude Code instances on your Obsidian vault. Go ahead, enter that and wait for Claude's confirmation. So here we can see connection is confirmed. It has got the right folder and it is waiting for our instructions in order to proceed. So the next thing that I want you to do is to go to Google, search for LLM Wiki, right? When you go to Google, search for LLM Wiki, a document like this will pop up, LLM Wiki. Once you have opened it, copy this entire LLM Wiki from right here and come paste it into Claude. This is the instruction that we told that we'll give it. This LLM Wiki teaches Claude how to think about this entire concept, how to set up working directories, how to set up links between all of our Obsidian folders. It gives it that entire context. Again, let's not get technical. Let's just give it this context and move forward. After 58 seconds, it has given me the output. It has saved 4 memory linked files. So it has made a patterns overview, an architecture of how this entire thing will look like. It has created an operations, how it will actually work or how it will work day to day. And it has also given naming conventions and whatnot, right? So it has made this entire documentation system inside our vault here. So I'm going to give Claude this context, what we are going to do here. That we are going to build a trading brain. How we are going to do that? I've told it, I'll give it a lot of information, do not worry. But eventually we want to build out this trading brain. It's a very simple prompt. You can make it for yourself or you can copy from the screen if you really want to. But after that, what we need to do next is to download all of this knowledge files. So what have I done here? I've downloaded multiple books around technical analysis, around stocks, around options. I've uploaded all of this into Claude right here so that it starts building its own context, so that it starts building its own knowledge. That's what I've done here. So I'll explain how I did this. I've downloaded 4 to 5 PDFs of the top rated trading books in the world. So these are mostly either open source or you'll have to download it through different means. Once you download it, I'll tell you how to use it. I've also downloaded an options playbook. I'll show it everything on the screen here. Do not worry. I've downloaded the entire Zerodha Varsity website so that I can use it to train my Claude instance. Then I've also given it transcripts of few high confidence strategies or concepts that I've seen on YouTube. I've given it a candlesticks PDF. I've given it multiple other Investopedia sources for it to learn from. So after downloading all of this, I want you to copy all of that into your Obsidian Vault folder that we created in the beginning. So then ask Claude or give Claude the context that I have all the files in the local folder which is available to you. Read these files and save them as MD files in your memory. Again, MD are the markdown files. So it's a very simple concept. Do not worry about anything. Claude will help you along the entire journey. Once this memory ingestion or input is done, we want Claude to start linking all of your files. So the next context that we'll give to Claude is to start linking all the relevant files. You can use this prompt right here. After all of this is done, come to Obsidian so that you can confirm that the entire file structure that you have uploaded is done, and also the linking process is sorted. If something is breaking and you're seeing that links are not proper or it's not set up, you can go back to Claude, you can ask it to troubleshoot and then solve it for you. So this is my personal journey where I've started using Obsidian and Claude in the way that I personally like. Now, this might not be the same for you, right? You might not decide to give it books on trading analysis. You might give it an entirely different context to train on. That is all okay. This is where we part ways and build out our own stuff. You can modify your journey from right here or copy this entire context that I've given you. In fact, I'll give you my entire knowledge Obsidian to all of you for free. You can find it in the description and in the pinned comment. So if you upload and start opening that vault, you can get the entire context or the knowledge which I have uploaded to it. Once you've given it all this context, you've started building out the knowledge. But eventually, slowly, you want to build more context regarding your personal trading style too. That's when, as we said, it will become an unstoppable system and help you become a 10x better trader. Without that, it might help you become a better learner, but we do not want to stop there. So let's get into part 3 of this video. Part 3, using this to 10x your trading journey. The first thing, in order to make this entire experience more personalized, is to start using this tool more. Once you start using the trade brain more, it will understand what sort of trader you are. It will ask you concepts, and you can even brainstorm different concepts or ideologies with it. You can teach it more about your risk trading psychology, your entire concept regarding options or candlesticks. You can give it personal context here. That's when this will start to excel. That's when this entire concept will become so valuable, not just from the theory, but from your personal experiences, your personal mindset. Combining both of these together is where it will help you become a 10x better trader. So the easiest thing that you can do is to come talk to Claude on different stuff here. You can give it context. Hey, so you already know that we want to build an effective trade brain for me. So in this trading brain, I want you to understand me better. In this journey, you can ask me any question that you want to in order to understand me as a trader. Now, over the next few months, I'll be giving you practical journals on how I am acting as a trader, so you can learn from that too. You can analyze my mistakes, you can take what are my good parts. But here, let's have a ice-breaking session. I want you to understand me better. So ask any questions in order to do that. It's a very natural conversation which I've started with Claude here. I've used a tool which is called as Whisper Flow in order to turn my voice into text so that I can talk to it how much ever I want, just like I'm talking to a friend, just like you're having internal conversations with your brain, you can do just that. So I've clicked on enter. So now Claude will ask me a bunch of different questions in order to understand me better as a trader. That's what it's going to do right here. So you can see It is asking me what's my background, what's my market style, what's my track record and capital, what's the process which I follow, what's the psychology, what's the goal that I want to have. So it'll understand me better as a trader. Now, also, as I said, it'll keep learning with you in the process, but this initial ice breaking will be super powerful for you. Now, after doing this, I want to also give you certain real examples in order for you to use this tool better. So I've given one prompt here. Pull together everything you have ingested on candlestick reversal patterns and walk me through it in a clear headers concept by concept so I can study it section by section. So here I'm asking the trading brain to teach me a new concept. That's what I'm going to do here. So once you give this prompt, our trading brain will craft your proper learning experience based on not just theory, but also based on the practical learnings that we have had with it. So this is one example of learning right here. Now I also want you to use this tool really well for trade journaling. That's what we're going to understand next. So I'll give you a trade journal prompt here in order to do that well. I'm telling it from now on, maintain a daily trading journal inside this vault in a dedicated trading markdown file. Every day I'll give you that day's trading information typed out as a screenshot or text or both. For each entry you must capture instrument traded, entry price, quantity, risk to reward ratio, how the entry was taken and my current position status. Log this as a new dated entry, create the file if it does not exist, append to it if it does. If anything required is missing from what I give you, ask me for it before logging in. Never skip a day. If I did not trade, log that too so the record stays continuous. So I'm giving it this context. Now it will start acting as a trading journal for me, documenting my entire trading system. So it will do that along the way. Now if you want to get inputs on how you have been doing, get reports on how you have been doing, after a week or after a month or after a year, you can easily ask it to generate a trading report for you. So it will give you that entire context and it will help you learn from your past mistakes, whatever you have done right, and also identify gaps that you have not yet seen through. This is one example of how to use your trading brain as a proper trading journal buddy. The next example is also fairly easy. Let's say you want to enter a trade but want confirmation that this trade is following your rules and the system that you built. You can ask your trade brain to set that up for you. Now these are three real examples that I've given to you. You can use it for training, learning purposes, or you can use it for practical purposes as well. Now it is on you to build out tools and different structures on top of this so that it can be very much personalized in the way that you like it. Now a few things that I want to discuss before we end this video. First, I know it's a paid tool or it's a paid software that we have built here. Now, in order for this trade brain to be effective, you have to use Claude in order to have that intelligence. But you can use just Obsidian, which is a free tool to get to 50% level where you can start storing your memories as a proper note-taking app there. Now, two, it is not as complicated as it sounds. If you try to set up this entire experience for yourself, you'll figure out a lot of things along the way and definitely it will not be as tough as you think. And three, in order for this to be really effective, you have to make this part of your trading journey. Let it be trading, investing or whatnot. You have to take your trading brain or your second brain along with you. If you don't give it context, if you don't give it space and opportunity to learn, it will never be as effective as you want it to be. You need to eventually build this out just like you build intelligence in your brain. So if you have any doubts about this concept, make sure you ask me that in the comment section down below. So hope you got a lot of value from this video. Let's wrap it up. This is Ajay signing off. See you all. Bye bye.